Hi guys, it's Stock Curry. Today we're going to talk about why FUBO jumped 33% and whether right now is the right time to buy NIO. But first, I've heard from quite a few of you that you are not able to trade during the pre-market hours, and you know you're missing out on a lot of money. So, I have a solution for you. If you're still in Robinhood, just know that Robinhood was so 2020. Everybody's moved on to Webull now. Why? Because Webull allows you to trade during the pre-market hours. So, if you're not on Webull yet, if you don't have a Webull account, and you're still stuck and can't trade pre-market, sign up for Webull through the link in the description below. Right now, they're offering 4 free stocks if you sign up, but that 4 free stock promotion is ending soon. I've heard it may be ending in a few days. So your time for signing up for Webull and getting 4 free stock is running out. Now, if you don't sign up right now, if you sign up later, you'll still get 1 free stock, but it's better to sign up now and get 4 free stock rather than 1. So sign up for Webull through the link in the description below. You will get 4 free stock, but most importantly, you will gain access to pre-market trading, which will help you make a lot more money in the stock market. All right, let's get into today's video. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stock Curry. I used to work as an analyst for Merrill Lynch and Morgan Stanley, and now I analyze stock picks from the top 15 YouTubers. I then compile all of my analysis into a single video that I post right here on this channel. I spend hours every day watching YouTube videos so that you don't have to. All you have to do is watch this one video each day, and you will get every single stock pick from the top 15 YouTubers. And all I ask in return is that you hit that like button and subscribe to get notified when I release my next video. In fact, I'll give you 5 seconds to do that right now. All right, before we get into today's stock picks, I just want to remind everyone that I am not a financial advisor, and none of the YouTubers I follow are financial advisors either. Today's video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. All right, let's get into today's stock picks. First up is ARKG. This is ARK Investments Genomics ETF. The traveling trader thinks this will be the highest performing ETF in 2021. This is certainly the hottest sector right now and is poised for significant growth in 2021. The traveling trader likes ARKG as an options play. ARKG is cyclical, so just wait for a drop and then buy a leap call. Specifically, the traveling trader is looking at the December 17th $125 call. Next up is BEEM, B-E-E-M. This is a solar company, including solar panels and solar-powered charging stations for EVs. Larry Jones bought more BEEM on Monday. Ken and Gray says now is the time to buy more. We have a $70 buy under price on the stock, which is pretty much where the stock closed today. We also have a $100 price target, which represents a 42% upside from today's closing price. Next up is BLUE. This is Bluebird Bio. This is an underrated stock that had a lot of bad luck last year. Its share price was at $236 at one point, but is now trading for only $53. They have 4 drugs pending FDA approval, so if they can get 1 or 2 of those drugs approved, this stock should pop. There is a lot of upside potential with this stock and very limited downside. So personally, I really like this stock. Just keep in mind that this is a long-term hold, as we'll need to wait until later this year for word on whether or not one of their drugs will receive FDA approval. Next up is BNGO. Yesterday was a big day for BNGO. Today was the conclusion of BNGO's share offering, so the downward pressure on the stock should be over. BNGO has another symposium announcement on Friday, and if they release news that was anywhere close to as good as the news they released yesterday, we could see a significant increase in BNGO's stock price. Next up is BTAQ. This is a new SPAC that my financial friend let us know about today. It does have a $10 redemption value, so it's basically near its floor right now. My financial friend is just using this as a place to hold his cash right now, much in the same way that Chris Sane is using Nike to hold his cash. It could go up at any time, but for now there's no news or rumors. Next up is Citigroup. StockMo talked about how money is flowing into banking stocks. It's not too late to buy Citigroup since our buy under price was $66 and it's still close to that. Next up is CCIV. This is a SPAC, and there's a rumor that they are merging with Lucid Motors, which is an American EV company and a competitor to Tesla. The rumor was announced by Bloomberg yesterday. This had a big drop intraday, so you had a great opportunity to buy the stock today. Jack Spencer noted that they are hiring a director of investor relations. That position would only be necessary if they are going public. So this adds support to the rumors that Bloomberg released yesterday that Lucid Motors is going public via CCIV. And if that wasn't enough, Jack Spencer also found out that the chairman of the board for Lucid Motors is also an operating partner for CCIV. Personally, I love this opportunity. And I did buy CCIV today, and I will also be buying more tomorrow. Just keep in mind that talks are still ongoing, so this is not a sure deal yet, and the deal could fall through. But if this deal closes, and CCIV does in fact merge with Lucid Motors, this could easily jump 100% or more. If this deal falls through, expect CCIV to drop back down to its redemption value of $10. Next up is CRSP. This is CRISPR Therapeutic, which is another genomics company. The traveling trader is upset because he sold his stock early and missed out on incredible gains. But there is another stock that is similar to CRSP that is in very early stages, and that is Blue, BLUE, which we talked about earlier. Next up is CTRM. This is Castor Maritime. They are a commercial shipping company. Ken and Grace mentioned the stock today, and he thinks it could go up to 60 cents. He did not give a reason for that though, so I looked into it a little bit further. Financially, this company is growing revenues by 35% per year, but their debt is growing faster, which concerns me. I can also see that there was no news that caused this stock to jump, so I'm pretty sure this is a pump and dump. Next up is EXPC. ARK Invest just started buying this SPAC in their ARKG fund. Expect this stock to rise as more and more people find out about it. They are merging with Blade, which is an air taxi company similar to Uber, but for air travel. People are currently able to charter helicopters in major cities, but they are trying to get into the electric helicopter business to expand where they are able to fly in areas that have noise limits. Next up is FUBO. FUBO TV was up 34% today on major news. When the company first went public, everyone was focused on the TV side of this business, and most people ignored the fact that they wanted to get into sports betting. Well, today they announced that they are buying a sports betting company. This is huge, not so much because of the news, but because this is a heavily shorted stock, so it is ripe for a short squeeze, which could cause the stock to double within a few days. That happened 4 weeks ago, and FUBO jumped over 100% in 5 days before selling off. Next up is GM, General Motors. General Motors just announced that they are forming a new division to develop electric vehicles. They also announced that they have already partnered with FedEx to develop their commercial EV fleet. Larry Jones let us know that he is especially excited about this. Next up is GNOG. This is Golden Nugget Online Gaming. Chris Sane thinks the stock could double by the end of the year. We do have a buy-in price of $21 with an ideal buy-in price of $20. So this is still a good price to get in on GNOG. Next up is GS, Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is one of the other banking stocks that StockMo likes. Don't forget that banking stocks have started share buybacks, which will push banking stocks higher and higher. Next up is JPM. StockMo says he likes small, steady gains. He likes banking stocks such as JP Morgan because he expects them to outperform the market. Banking stocks may not be sexy, but they are steadily rising. JPM, for example, is up 12% on the year already. Next up is MP. This is a rare earth mining company in the United States. Rare earth minerals are used for EV batteries, and demand for these materials is expected to increase. The stock was mentioned by the traveling trader 2 weeks ago because he thought the stock would go up with Biden as president. We pretty much ignored the traveling trader, and you can see how the stock sold off. But Dead Inside found some really interesting information today that changes the future outlook of this company. That information is that China's rare earth imports from the United States rose by 81% year over year. Well, guess who is the only rare earth miner in the United States? MP. Dead Inside bought the stock today and will be holding through earnings. He is expecting a huge earnings beat. Next up is NIO, NIO. StockMo reiterated today that we should ignore NIO as a short-term play and focus on NIO as a long-term play. So don't worry about short-term price fluctuations right now. This is a long-term hold at this time. StockMo also says that he should have bought NIO yesterday. Jack Spencer also said not to worry about any short-term dips. The capital raise was expected to cause a short dip, and that generated a great opportunity to buy for the long term. The capital raise puts NIO in a better position financially. Jack Spencer says that technically, it looks like NIO might bottom out around $57 before going back up. Next up is NNDM. Richard Allen let us know about some news on NNDM that came out yesterday that seems to have been missed. The news was about smart textiles. Smart textiles are clothing wearables that have technology built into them, such as color-changing fabrics and sensors. The article also said that NNDM is uniquely positioned to help companies develop these smart fabrics. Now, the news really isn't urgent per se, but it is important because it shows the scope of NNDM's 3D printers expand beyond just computer chips. Also, if we take a look at the technicals, NNDM is in contraction right now and should break out to the upside any day now. StockMo says NVIDIA is a good long-term hold. It's been trading flat over the past few months, but prior to that, it was up over 150% on the year. Personally, I think NVIDIA is ripe for an options play. When stocks trade flat for a long time, their options become really cheap because implied volatility is low. I like NVDA for a leap call. Just keep in mind that the options on NVDA are pricey, not expensive, just pricey, because the stock is trading at $540. So don't buy a NVIDIA option unless you have about $3,000 or $4,000 to get an option that is close to the money. Next up is PSI. StockMo mentioned PSI, SOXX, and SMH today as ETFs that he likes for 2021. These are low-risk, non-leveraged ETFs. You can see that all three of these stock charts are almost identical to one another. StockMo just wanted to let you know that in case you are risk adverse or nearing retirement and can't afford to lose money, that he believes these three ETFs will outperform the market in 2021 due to the current political environment. Next up is RIDE, Lordstown Motors. This is an EV stock. Jack Spencer hyped this stock again today. No new news, so I'll just take a look at the technicals. On the chart, you can see consolidation occurring. I do expect RIDE to continue consolidating through the end of January, so you have some time before the stock breaks out again. I would not buy the stock yet, but I would put it on your watch list. Next up is RMO. I mentioned this stock a few days ago, and I noted the Head & Shoulders technical analysis issue with this stock. I said we should wait for a few days and see how it does. Ken & Gray still likes this stock, but technically it's just not doing well. It is following the Head & Shoulders drawing that we made a few days ago perfectly. So I do believe that this will continue to drop below the support level of $18. That said, this could be a good company. They have their issues, such as the fact that they are still pre-revenue, but I like this for a long-term hold, and I think you can get it cheaper. I'm going to lower my buy-under price on this to $18, and I'm going to lower the ideal buy-in price to $16. Next up is SBE, Switchback Energy. Don't forget to vote. Open your app and make sure you vote. If there aren't enough votes, SBE will have to delay the ChargePoint merger further. Also, if the vote is approved, don't forget to sell before the merger because SPACs almost always sell off after a merger. StockMo put a price target on SBE of $50 by February 11th, which is right before the merger is set to occur. Next up is SRPT. The traveling trader mentioned this genomics company today. This stock crashed yesterday due to some bad news, which the traveling trader thinks was an overreaction. This is a recovery play. Next up is TAN. TAN had a 234% return last year. This is a solar ETF that is expected to far outperform the market again in 2021, considering that Democrats are expected to heavily invest in solar infrastructure. Multiple YouTubers have now mentioned this stock. Technically, it has dropped from the jump it experienced a few days ago when Dead Inside mentioned it, so I think this is back to a good buy-in price. It might still go down a little bit further, but keep in mind that this is a long-term hold. Next up is WFC. This is Wells Fargo. StockMo mentioned how well banking stocks would do this year, and this particular stock is both Chris Sane and Charlie over at Zip Trader's favorite banking stock. Chris Sane thinks WFC could double this year. Finally, we have ZOM. This is Zomedica, which is a veterinarian biomedical company. It is also a hype stock. My financial friend mentioned this stock today also, but only because numerous people on his channel requested him to do so. As I told you yesterday, I have no idea how high this stock will go, but I did warn you not to be greedy. I would recommend taking profits soon if you haven't already. This company still does not have any revenue, and everybody is waiting on the possible FDA approval. My financial friend does not like this stock because it has gone up too high too fast. We both expect a dip soon, possibly as soon as Wednesday. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this video and got a lot out of it. Comment down below what your favorite stock pick is. And if you want to get some free stock and gain access to pre-market trading, sign up for Webull through my link in the description below. That will help you out, and it also helps the channel out. And finally, remember to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you have a lot of success trading, and I will see you tomorrow.